Life is really busy. Lots of hard work. Got made redundant, so wanted to find something good for me and my family, something to work around my children, and yeah, something that just fits for me and fits for them.
I had 2 children under 3 and I was working 4 days a week in the city. I had a long commute. I'd leave the house before they were even awake in the morning, and I'd get back, pick them up from the childminder, and it was straight to bed for them, and that was it 4 days a week. So I really missed out on seeing my children.
So before Mini Monkey Gym, I was a full-time secondary school teacher, which was fine up until I had my son. But then after I had my son and I had to go back to work full-time, it was the guilt. I just felt so guilty dropping him off at a childminder at 7 o'clock in the morning and not picking him up until 6 o'clock at night, feeling like I wasn't doing my job well enough, feeling like I wasn't being a mum to him well enough. So in the end, something had to give. So I was like, I can go back to teaching, but I can't go back to his childhood.
So I was looking online at different things I could do being a working mum, something to fit around childcare, something to fit around family life. So I started looking online, Googling different things. I wanted something predominantly working with children, and for me it was the best everything. Something music, something physical, and I liked all aspects of what I saw of Mini Monkey Gym.
I started thinking about franchising, having attended classes with my eldest child, and thought that'd be a really good idea, something to do with children, something that I could possibly do with my own children as well. So I visited a working mums show, I believe, and I met Penny there and had a chat, and it went from there really.
So I came to classes with a friend, and then there was a request for some children to come along for a franchisee discovery day that was being put on. And I remember thinking at the time, actually, I don't want to come along with my child. I want to come along and find out about running the business, because me and my son loved classes, and the rest, they say, is history. Now here I am 2 years later, and yeah, I'm running my own. So I now do 5 days, and I have either 2 or 3 classes on every day. Birthday parties, I'd say on average maybe 1 a month. Obviously some months you have more, some months it's quieter. Your weekends obviously mean a lot more to you when you're doing 5 days a week. So
at least 5 days a week, and I do classes on a Monday, couple on a Tuesday, again couple on a Wednesday, same on a Thursday, and then I go into a children's centre on a Thursday afternoon, and then I again do a couple on a Friday morning, and then if needs be I'll run parties at the weekend, again working around the children so it fits around their schedule and my family time with them, so I can work 7 days a week if needed. And then I'll work in the evenings, doing emails and catching up with like queries or questions that any parents have got. So yeah, every day, here and there.
At the moment, I do 3 days a week of classes. I've just launched my 3rd day when my youngest has just started school. So it was great. Once she started school, I could sort of ramp it up a bit. And I probably do parties, well, it depends on the time of year really. This time of year, the winter time, maybe 2 or 3 parties a month. In the summertime, not so many, but I can be flexible. I can always say no if I've got things on with my family. That's absolutely fine.
I have, most days I try and take the children to school. The days I can't, because I start early, I've got childcare in place for that, so that works. And then I'm there every day to pick them up from school, which is really nice as well. And I can try now to fit my working at the weekend around the children, being a single mum now as well. That works really well for me, because I can choose like the hours I work so that I'm there having as much time with them as well. And the 3 of them, you know, they like coming to work with me if they get a day off school for teacher training, and they like to come and help me at work, which is really nice as well.
It's great. I get out in the morning, get my classes done, and I'm home in time to pick up my children from school. That's when they need me the most. I get to spend the rest of the afternoon with them, take them to their after-school activities, put them to bed, everything a mum should be doing, really.
So it fits perfectly. I do the school run in the morning, then I go to work. I obviously have fun in my classes all day, and then I'm packed up ready to pick him up at the end of the day, which is just something that I didn't think I was ever going to get the chance to do when I was a teacher. I thought I'd miss out on it all, but now I'm there for it all.
Penny, our franchiser, is always on the other end of the phone if you want to speak to her. We also have a great network of franchisees. We keep in touch with each other, have chats regularly to support each other, and that really, really helps. We attend meetings twice a year where we all catch up together and have a laugh. It's great fun. We have a great brand which is really showcased in our website and on all our marketing materials, and I think that really, really helps enhance the product itself.
Having head office there, obviously they're great for support when you first start. You've got the videos and the training videos and all the materials that you need. But once you settle into the classes, they're there as a reference, you don't need them as much. But then if there's any problems or queries or questions, or I've had this idea, head office are always there to give you your opinion, help you develop them. And I think it's the ongoing support from head office that is the most helpful. The meetings are great. You get loads out of them, and it's really lovely to have the time to meet up with the other franchisees, swap ideas, find out what's going well, what's not going as well, how we can help and support each other. And then obviously you come away feeling a bit more refreshed because you are on your own to some extent day to day for 6 months, and then you walk away with a real spring in your step again after you've had another little boost to go forward and try something new, implement something exciting.
So I really like all our get-togethers that we do, our annual meetings. I find it's really important to meet up with all the other franchisees, talking to them about their experiences, as well as, having the extra input. It's good motivation to keep you going, to start your next progression onto your following terms that are coming up. And it's nice to kind of get to know everyone else well as the time goes on. We can talk outside, if there's any problems, we can just give each other a call or a message, ask for some advice, and it's nice to know that someone's always there to help you. Small things, big things, and it's good having a little family outside of your own business.
The classes, the relationships that you make with the children, their smiles as they walk in the room because they know where they are. They come running in shouting, "Hello, Kerry," or "Where's Boo Boo?" Or they love it, and their smiles just make me smile. It's by far the best part of my day. Just don't tell my son that.
The children in class, without a doubt. The families, all the different people I meet. I get so much enjoyment from being in class, watching their faces, seeing how happy they are, finding out when they've been talking about class all week, what they love about it, the cuddles and the kisses that you get at the end, so you know that they've gone home happy. It's more than you can ask for in a job.
I always love it when one of my mini monkeys does a first during one of my classes. I've had a couple of first crawls. I've had first time through the tunnel when they've been trying all term and they haven't got the guts to do it, and suddenly they just get it and they go through and they're laughing and they love it. I've had a few first steps. That's always brilliant.
I've done the carnival, which was really good, getting all the children up on the float. That was lots of fun. We did the Christmas parade as well, which was really nice. That was when I had only been running a couple of months. I enjoy everything about it. Just being around the children for me is where I want to be. Watching them learning new things, seeing the parents creating friendships and going away with that. I find being a mum, how hard it is when you have children, meeting new people. Mini Monkeys gives a different aspect on a group because you've got the time together, but you've got the freedom to be on your own as well. So it's not an intimidating environment to be in, which is really important as a mum when you feel sometimes quite isolated after having a baby. And it's also fun, you know, watching the children being fit, being active, and enjoying themselves more than anything. For me, just knowing, even if I've had a bad morning at home, you know, stressful, trying to get your own children ready, getting them to school, getting to work, then being in a class environment is just so much fun, and you get a lot of enjoyment and pleasure out of going to work. And for me, that should be what it's about. And I don't find classes work. I find them, it's enjoyment. It's a real pleasure, and I enjoy every second of it. From setting up to packing away, it's all good. There's nothing I would change about it. I love it. It's brilliant.